Hi guys, it's Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today I've got a SOG knife to bring to your attention. It's a SOG Fielder. It's a knife that's been around for quite a while. I got it as a Christmas special at Walmart.com, so I had one of my friends in the US buy it for me. It came along with the tiny little SOG, a little wee knife. I should show it to you. It came with this little guy in one package. I got it for a really good price, under $20. What was it? $16, I think it was. Unbelievable price. Now you can hardly find it for 50 some odd dollars together. You can't even find it by itself, really. You can find a SOG with just wooden scales. This guy's a clone. Ugh. Hate this knife. Talk about it more later. Or you can get it with black G10. So wood or black G10 you can get relatively easily, starting around $20, $30, something like that. But this guy with the white, gray kind of wintry camo is really hard to find. And I've got one to look at today. If you're interested at all in the SOG Fielder, stick around and we're going to take a good close look at it. I have had a thing for the SOG Fielder for a long time. I've really enjoyed them. I've liked them. I used to own them. And then it came that point in my life where, everything hit the fan and I had to sell all my knives. And, I've wanted to get them again. And when I was able to start buying knives again, I went out and I was looking for them. And I just, I found other reasons to get other knives until I saw this guy on sale for Christmas, Christmas 2016 at Walmart.com at a really good price. And so I jumped at it and I got this guy. And just because I like this guy so much, I'm going to put the that mini guy up here at the top just for decorative effect. And so I grabbed it because I really like it. This is the basic size, the SOG Fielder. You get a mini, which has a smaller blade, and you can get the SOG XL, which has over 4 inches of knife, 4.13 or something. The mini has, I forget what it is, but this one is a 3 1/4 inches of cutting edge. The other one's about 2.5, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. Well, let's go through the specs. 3 1/4 inches of cutting edge on this guy. That's about 8 centimeters. The handle is about 4.5 inches, which is 11.5 centimeters. Open, the knife is 7 7/8 inches, which is 20 centimeters. The handle thickness here is 1/2 inch, which is 1.25 centimeters, 12.5 millimeters. The clip is in one position, tip down, right side only. Very deep carry, not ultra deep. You can still see a little bit of the knife hanging out. Very nice clip, one of those over the top kind of folding clips so that your pocket can go right up to the top. And, so if this is your pocket, it goes in all the way like that. Now that we've got the sizes out of the way, let's talk about some more of the details. It's a backspacer knife, backspacer construction. Front and back bolsters, G10 filler. This G10 is painted, so you've got this camo painted on top of the G10. I believe it's black G10. I haven't taken them off yet to see what it's like on the underside. I don't like taking a knife apart until after I've done a complete review, just in case I strip some screws or something. I don't want a knife to look like it's screwed up, before I do a review. If it's my fault, I don't want a knife to look that way. So I want it to look, proper. So that's that. Nice mirror finish on the bolsters, nice satin finish on the blade, hollow grind, harpoon kind of point, clip point here. You've got a nice flat area if you've got one of those sharpening systems that you clamp on. The blade is 2.4 millimeters thick. That's 0.01 inches thick. You got the SOG's name right there. And it says SOG Fielder. Thumb stud is right side only. I don't think they make a left side version of this knife, a left-handed version of this knife. Not sure. I'm not even sure of the date of how old this knife is, but it's been around for a while. So much so, I really like this knife, and I thought it was a lower price. And so when I finally had enough money that I could start buying knives again, I was dumb enough to go onto eBay, and I got this guy. And so I got ripped off. I was sold this clone instead of getting the real thing. And, you know, it doesn't even look that good, does it? Compared to the real thing? Check it out. The bolsters look ugly. The finish work on there is not that good. These huge screws here. They put them the wrong way around. They should have put the screw that had the head for the adjustment underneath the clip. It's got the hole in it there to adjust it, so you'd think that it would go over there, right? So you got a hole through your clip to adjust the pivot, but the screw doesn't have put it on the wrong side. Silly little things like that they did when they put it together. The fit and finish is just nasty. Look at the big spaces between the bolster and the liner there. Not very good. And the clip is just a very weak spring. Not good at all. And, you know, the action's just not very good. And it's just, you know, you can't hardly even flick it out. I flick it hard, and there, I got it out that time. But most of the time, I can't even get it quite all the way. There you go. See, look. It wasn't all the way. So, don't buy your knives. Don't buy Western brand name knives from eBay is what I'm trying to say. North American brand knives should be bought in North America, you know, from North American stores. Otherwise, there's a very good chance that you're getting ripped off and you're getting a clone. And so this knife never leaves the house. I never take it out EDCing with me, and I'm never going to give it away to anybody. I'm never going to sell it to anybody. It's either going into the trash or I'm keeping it as one of my own punishments of making a stupid mistake, to remind myself not to make that kind of mistake again. So here we got this knife. I was mentioning the clip. See, this clip is quite a bit stronger. It fits in the pocket really well, holds the pants pocket nicely, and it actually looks good. It's a heavier steel clip and everything. The fit and finish on these bolsters is much nicer. The Torx screws all are nice and clean. None of them have been turned over or partially stripped, whereas on the other fake version, it's true of that fake version. And I like this really nice SOG nameplate in here. They've done a really good job with that and putting it in. And, you know, the back spacer, I'm not sure if that's just an ABS plastic or if it's also G10. I don't know. It really doesn't really matter that much. The action on this knife is great. You can just grab your thumb on top of that thumb stud and flick that knife open. It's got nylon washers on both sides, and they slide really, really well. That time, you notice, I didn't even do it very fast, and it still came out and locked. The lockup is solid. There's no blade play side to side or up and down. The lockup, I should say, is a little bit later than I like to see on a brand new knife. I'd like to see it a little bit earlier. It's not bad. There's still room to wear over, and the lockup is solid. The steel is 7CR17 MOV steel, which isn't a terrible steel. It is an entry-level knife, although, you know, at the cost of $50 or whatever that some of you guys might have to pay if you pay full price for this, that might be a little bit high. But at the budget price that they sell these at, especially the ones with the black G10 and the wood, the MSRP on these are just fine. For the materials that you get for the price that they're charging is just fine. You're getting a pretty good knife for the price that you have to pay. Mostly, I was just in love with this style, and I have been for a long time with this knife. I like how it feels in the hand. I like how it looks. There's no hot spots on it. You can grip the knife almost any way you want, and it feels half decent in the hand. And, you know, I like that harpoon point on it. Let's see how well this thing cuts. That's just a push cut. And push cuts really show if a knife is sharp or not. And this is after I've used the knife for, you know, I've had it for a little over a month. And it does okay on wood as well. You know, I cracked it off there, but you know, you can. CR17s, you know, not bad at all. It works. The hollow grind especially is a really good wood for cutting. Since it's called a fielder, that's why I wanted to show it cutting wood. You know, you take that out in the field with you. It'll do that, no problem. Let's see how well it cuts some paracord. This is one of my standard tests, right? I demonstrate if I can cut through 4 layers of paracord or not. Yeah, zip through all 4 layers of that, no problem. And as you can see, it really is paracord. So does that, no problem. And here's some 1-inch banding. Got to get your vowels and everything right, Jake. See that? No problem there. Let's see it. Slice this stuff. It's a good knife. I like it. It cuts well. It looks good doing it. It feels good in the hand. It's a knife that has a certain character all its own. It's not for everybody, and you know, just like no knife is. You know, so there's going to be some of you who might not particularly feel thrilled with this knife, and you know, there's no big deal about that. I kind of like it. I like the big belly on it. It's a good slicer. What would I like to change on this knife? I'd like a little bit heavier stock on the blade, maybe. Perhaps a bronze washer instead of 2 nylon ones. Some of the fit and finish, you know, isn't totally pristine. You know, I'd like it a little bit better than that. And this is especially right here in the middle where the spacer, there's a little bit, you can just see it right on that angle there. There's a little bit of light coming through there. That's not, you know, perfect. It's not terrible by any stretch, but it's not perfect. It's a good knife. It's a simple knife, you know, especially for the price I paid, under $20, you know, for the 2 of these blades. Not a problem at all. I'm happy with this purchase. And if you only paid, you know, $16, $17 for the 2 of these knives, I think you'd be happy with the purchase too. So if you like this video, click on like, share with your friends, and subscribe. Stay subscribed because I'm doing a big giveaway at our 1-year anniversary at the end of March. And remember, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb. Bye now.